PAX, Journey Home, Chapter 24. The storm had hit with a sudden volley of hail, hard as a gunshot, then settled into a gusty downpour. Peter had shown Jade and Samuel how to make a lean-to of thick cedar boughs, and they'd crouched under it most of the day, sodden but grateful they weren't out in the open getting lashed. When it finally ended, they changed into dry clothes and built a fire with the bundle of reeds Peter had thought to cut in the morning and had carried with him, wedged down to the back of his rain gear. The reeds caught in hot flares, but the wood smoked and hissed. The sulky fire cheered them, though, and after eating cold biscuits and jerky, all three were sitting side by side on a single log in front of it. Jade pulled out a book, and Peter and Samuel started whistling to pass the time. After a minute, Peter realized Samuel had put down his knife and was just watching him. "That's quite a knife, and you're really good with it." "No, it's all the knife," Peter demurred. "It's really old, but it's the best." And it was. It had been Vola's, but she'd given it to him, and he'd barely been without it since. Beside being beautiful, with carved nickel bolsters and maple handle, it was a fine knife, steady in the palm, clever in the wood. "Here," he said, holding it out to Samuel. "Try it." Samuel took the knife with a grin of a kid on Christmas morning, and Peter leaned back. He was thinking how easily they'd become a team in just a week when they heard a tone from the radio kit. Samuel dropped the knife and jumped up. "That's the emergency alert." He pulled the radio out of his pack, carried it into a clearing, and bent over the crackle. After a while, Samuel packed the radio up and came back to the fire. "The mill operation is pushed off a week at least, maybe 2. A storm surge promised to dam upriver, and our platoon is being diverted there." "Are we supposed to join them?" Jade asked. "No, they've left. They couldn't wait." Jade and Samuel looked at each other, and Peter saw something secret pass between them. "Does that mean—" Jade asked, a smile beginning to curl. "Yup," Samuel agreed. "We're free until they get here, so—" Jade clapped both hands over her mouth, an expression of unexpected joy. Samuel lifted his shoulders in a "why not" gesture, and he looked pretty happy too. "What?" Peter asked. "We're going to beg for a few days, leave after the mill assignment," Jade said. "We wanted to go to my grandparents' place and get married. See, my grandma's not that healthy, so we don't want to wait. And now, well, we can do it right away." She looked up at Samuel. "Are we still supposed to get the gear to the mill?" Samuel shook his head. "Another silver lining. Don't have to navigate those rapids tomorrow." As usual, Jade expanded on Samuel's few words. The last stretch, just before the old mill site. The river drops 50 feet over a spread of just 100 yards. It was going to be really dangerous. "I know that place," Peter said. "We used to play around in those rapids when I was a kid. It's not so bad." "It's different now," Jade said. "Last fall they blew up a bridge just above the old mill, destabilized the whole area. Also, that was a lot of rain." She gestured to the river. "It's already swollen a foot higher than it should be." She turned to Samuel. "So what are we going to do with the gear?" "They want us to lock everything at a guard station at the Route 7 intersection tomorrow morning." Jade brightened. "That's on the way. We can spend a whole week with my grandparents. Do it right." She plucked at her grubby cargo pants. "Civilization. Hit a thrift shop. Find myself a real dress." She tapped Peter's thigh. "You'll come with us, of course. My grandparents have a big old house, plenty of room, and you'll be our guest of honor." Peter leaned away. He carefully wrapped up the last biscuits, weighing the idea, but he knew the answer. "I can't," he said, handing Jade the food. "I guess we should pack up." Jade's disappointment looked real. "Okay, then, sure." Samuel, radio back, see if they can pick Peter up when they get the stuff. Return him to his platoon." "No, don't," Peter said. "I'll go to my old house and get started moving in. There's a lot to do." Jade narrowed her eyes. In too light, he realized what he'd said. "Samuel," Jade said without taking her gaze from Peter, "would you take care of the pack-up? I'd like a few minutes alone with our friend." Jade stared at him, eyebrows raised, as Samuel left. In the silence, Peter could hear the dull thunder of the rapids, far off but ominous. He shifted away, eyeing the sleepy backs. He could say he was tired, had a headache. "Moving in," Jade put her hand over his, as if she knew he was ready to bolt. "I get in now." she said quietly. I see what you're doing. Her hand felt steady and soft and not dangerous, which felt dangerous to him, but he didn't bolt. No pets. No going back to that villa. Going to start living on your own in a deserted town. Nobody to care about. Nobody caring about you, right? No one else will get in, she said, little flames from the firework reflecting in her eyes. Peter didn't answer. Of course he thought that. That's exactly what he wanted to happen. But it doesn't work that way. That won't make you safe. It will kill you. Peter's head snapped up. No, you won't stop breathing or anything like that, but you'll stop living in ways that are important anyway. Peter slid a thumbnail under the bark of the log and pried off a strip, considering. Actually, it would be okay if he stopped living in those ways Jade thought were important. Out here in the woods, he'd seen that big part of living was just surviving, getting their jobs done. Living by himself, that part could be enough. That part could be plenty. Out here, everything he did seemed simple and clear. Out here, he worked so hard he was too tired to think about the things that hurt inside when he crawled into his bed. He could live like this just fine. Besides, Jade said, good luck with that. Someone will get in. A little silver of caring. The tiniest crack in your shell is all as it takes. You won't even see it coming. Peter thought about Vola, how close he'd come to letting her be like a family, how quickly he'd let his guard down without this couple. But he was watching now. He would be watching all the time now. He would see it coming. Jade got up. She stretched, opening her arms wide as if to embrace the whole forest. Big day tomorrow, and a big week. I'm getting married. I'd better get some sleep. After she left, Peter stayed where he was. He sat on the log a long time, long enough for the fire to die to embers and the cold to seep through his jeans and numb the back of his thighs. He watched the stars emerge, and his eyes adjusted to the dark. He saw bats sweeping silently over the river's surface, feeding. At his feet, a swarm of ants were already working the biscuit crumbs. He felt hopeful suddenly, as if these small creatures doing their normal things were showing him how simple his life could be, as if it was a sign. He watched the ants form a line carrying their tiny prizes, following their progress to a crack in the bark at the far end of the log. Inside them, right underneath him, was the colony. There would be chambers for eggs, storage vaults for food, a room for the queen, a whole community expanding inside this dead log. A little crack was all it took. This log hadn't seen it coming. Peter got up. Turned out, he didn't believe in signs.